where a police investigation is underway at Drake's home.
Enough slip-ups or enough mistakes, so I think that stories have to be, created out of thin air.
What made you put hands on Drake?
I did not put hands on Drake.
Oh.
And I do not want any problems with Drake. I didn't do nothing to Drake. Drake is my friend.
The ongoing feud between Drake and Kendrick Lamar has reached new heights, and it looks the Canadian rapper is about to feel the same heat as disgraced music mogul Diddy, and even worse. Looks like another celebrity property is to be raided, as the police have been circling around his mansion in Toronto called the Embassy for a week now. In the last few weeks, Kendrick has said a lot about Drake and his criminal connections, revealing the secrets of his industry enemy one after another. However, the tension seems to have reached its pinnacle when the California-born rapper blatantly hinted at the upcoming raids at Drake's house in his recent song. Adding fuel to the fire, there have been the talk in the industry about Diddy and Drake's connections to Universal Music, and they are all the part of a big criminal group. These guys have definitely been quite close since the start of Drake's career in the music.
My first show ever at this venue, and I still got the t-shirt to prove it, Puff Daddy.
But wait, there's more. A fresh rumor is making the rounds, suggesting that Diddy and Drake are at the helm of secret groups involved in some very disturbing activities, targeting young artists in Hollywood. The whispers say Diddy focuses on young men, while Drake allegedly targets young women. It's not like the Canadian artist's reputation is squeaky clean here. To understand how deep is this connection and why Drake may be the next to fall, let's get back to the start of the suspicious friendship between the Canadian rapper and Diddy. It was a rough start, which dates back to 2014, which landed Drake in a hospital with a trauma. After a heated altercation between Drake and Diddy at a club in Miami, the bad boy heavily punched Drake, resulting in Drake being hospitalized with an injury.
Diddy just slapped Drake. Where?
Slapped or punched?
I heard a slap. He slapped Drake.
The tension escalated when Drake allegedly tried to flirt with Cassie, who has just started dating Diddy at that time. Initially, both artists remained silent on social media about their fight. Yet, multiple insiders hinted that the Canadian artist was taught a valuable lesson about the American hip-hop community. As one person stated, Drake definitely got the stuff kicked out of him. I heard they were taking him to the hospital. It could have turned into a pretty epic beef, knowing Drake's love for drama, but it seems like he was advised by someone from above not to stir the drama when it comes to his relationship with the mightiest music figure in the country. By May 2015, the media reported that the two had reconciled over a phone call, agreeing to put their issues behind them. And this is where the story of their secret friendship starts. In his interview, Diddy kept denying he had hit Drake. He called the entire thing a misunderstanding.
Honestly, it was a misunderstanding. Honestly, Drake is actually my favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying?
But this is where it becomes real suspicious, folks. Apparently, Drake and Diddy were meant to serve as two leaders of the international criminal ring that involved using and manipulating young artists, and the public beef between these two was not beneficial for the elite. So, the attention got distracted to Drake vs. Meek Mill's beef. And surprisingly, Diddy also mentioned Meek Mill during the same interview where he discussed his situation with Drake, saying that beefs like this are beneficial for hip-hop. I really just stayed out of it, and I was just listening to everything like everyone else. Meek is my boy, and at the end of the day, when it comes to the situations, it's all about the lyrics. It's helpful to the game. However, while Diddy vs. Drake beef was squashed by the elites, it seems like they made good pals behind the closed doors, and in 2016, the Bad Boy CO even accepted the award on Drake's behalf, joking that the rapper was stuck in traffic and inviting him to pick up the award from his house later.
Hey yo, Drake is stuck in traffic, so I'm gonna take this mo of me all the way back to the crib. Yo, Drake, come get this.
However, just as the public began to forget how deep the roots of the industry crimes go, Kendrick came back to the spotlight and reminded the entire world where to dig for the bad boy's accomplices. With this Euphoria track, he hinted at a creepy connection between Diddy and Drake. Now, it looks like Kendrick is onto exposing something that the industry wants to stay silent about. Kendrick has hinted that Drake's supposed illegal activities, including his love for young women and other sick crimes that may interest the police. In his other track, the California-born singer rapped, say, "Drake, I hear you like 'em young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. Making such claims amidst Diddy's scandal is kinda wild, but Kendrick was boldly drawing parallels to the bad boy's legal troubles here. Now, there's a belief among the industry that Drake will be the next to welcome federal agents, and even Ye West has spoken about Lucien Grange, the CEO of the Universal Music Group, who's tied to both Drake and Diddy.
Yeah, but he got billions. You know what I'm saying? His money is like infinite. It's a form of energy.
Rumors are spreading fast that Diddy and Drake are supposedly leading interconnected criminal groups that engage in very bad activities, targeting young artists in the industry. While Diddy's fate is sealed after the raids in his houses and multiple evidence found, the fate of his accomplices remains yet to be revealed. And while the industry is under a big cleansing this year, it seems like Drake will be the next answer for his love for doing it with young ladies. There are multiple stories of him cozying up with girls below the age of consent. And some folks already know where to look for the next explosive clues in Drake's mansion, because the industry can't wait for him to fall right after Diddy.
Everybody is very, very excited about the elimination of Drake.
In the rack Not Like Us, Kendrick accuses Drake and his crew of severe misdeeds, metaphorically calling them certified PDF files. The cover art for this track even features a map showing Drake's mansion in Toronto marked with suspect tags. Drake didn't stay quiet. In his track, The Heart Part 6, he denied all accusations by saying if they were true, he would already be in jail. But folks have already learned more about Drake's past and him cozying up with some celebrities who were too young at that time to hang out with this man. Let me just mention the controversy surrounding his relationship and Millie Bobby Brown, which he said was pretty normal, if you consider being 14 and text with 31-year-old to be a normal thing, of course.
And honestly, we text all the time now. He helps me with everything, like just life lessons.
Critics questioned why Drake was in frequent contact with this actress, suggesting his behavior was inappropriate given their age difference and the nature of their interactions. Adding to the controversy, a photo of Millie taken by Drake on a boat surfaced, with Millie originally sharing it on Facebook in 2017, captioning it that Drake took the picture. But Millie was not the only one. Drake's interactions with other young celebrities have also drawn criticism. In case you don't know, the rapper performed at Kylie Jenner's 16th birthday party in 2013 and was photographed giving her a kiss on the cheek. Another incident that resurfaced involved Drake interacting inappropriately with a young fan on stage, continuing his advances even after learning her age. These incidents have sparked widespread discussions about the behavior of high-profile individuals in the entertainment industry, particularly regarding their interactions with younger individuals and why they still get away with these wrongdoings. After all, we have already witnessed the downfall of R. Kelly after the same crimes, and it looks like 2024 is going to be another epic year for some of the predators. And after Diddy, there will be others exposed for their wrongdoings. Apparently, after massive hints dropped by Kendrick and also crazy amount of evidence in Drake's house, the Canadian rapper will be the next on the list of the fallen industry titans.
Police tape is the corner of Drake's property. Several vehicles, police vehicles parked in front of the home.
Now, the horrible speculations is nothing new for the rap world, but it looks like this time, it turns into the purifying crusade against all the folks who have been doing illegal stuff for years. Many social media users believe that it's time to get rid of all criminals once and for all, no matter how famous they are. As one person commented, "I am ashamed of Drake. I thought he was better than that. Shame on you." And another user added, "He also had a hand in Ice Spice becoming famous, and we all know she has no talent. Lol, Drake is a creep. I knew from the moment he wouldn't leave Rihanna and Nicki alone." First, it was Kendrick who has hinted that Drake's illegal activities and brought the public attention to the things that had been hidden from the eyes for years. But it's way more than just Drake and Diddy and their thirst for young flesh. It's rumored that a powerful group of elites is backing these artists, including some well-known titans in Hollywood.
Most powerful man in entertainment, and was named the executive of the decade in 2020. But now Lucian is being talked about in the Diddy conspiracies.
The police and the feds are working overtime, trying to connect everyone involved in Diddy's inner circle before they vanish, and Drake, considering his Canadian roots, are the first suspect to disappear from the country, especially in relations to such serious allegations as intimate activity with young folks. The place has already been tapped off by the local police, and as Kendrick hinted in his track, it's just a matter of time before another unannounced visit of the heavily armed federal agents looking for evidence and proof. As he rapped in the song, the embassy about to get raided too. It's only a matter of time. Aye, LeBron, keep the family away. Hey, Curry, keep the family away. To anybody that embody the love for their kids, keep the family away. Drake's crazy behavior has already been in the center of discussion on social media, and it may just be that he knows more about the shady side of the music industry than he shares.
It's a shame if you don't notice the shift in energy around you. I mean, you can't be oblivious to it.
And it's not just the guys who are always in the spotlight. The masterminds behind all these are also being under suspicions. The rumor mill suggests that a certain man named Lucien Grange, the CEO of the Universal Music Group, has close ties with both Diddy and Drake, especially with Lucien being implicated in horrible trafficking lawsuit alongside Diddy. The man has been with Universal since 1986 and has been instrumental in singing and working with several stars, including Jay-Z, Katy Perry, Queen, Rihanna, the Rolling Stones, and others. On February 7, 2003, Diddy's Bad Boy Records signed a basic 3-year distribution deal with Universal, which was then the largest player in the US music industry. And it's the same man who basically owns Drake and all his music thanks to a huge deal they signed, reportedly, for unprecedented $400 million.
That big headline that went out about 400, 500 million a year.
And now, as insiders claim, Drake has moved to the circle of untouchables, those celebs who can continue doing everything they wish without any consequences. Apparently, as Ye West hinted, Drake joined the elites after signing the deal with UMG. Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucien Edegrange and Universal. He's like, my daddy got it, my daddy got it, my daddy controlled the spins, my daddy got the DSPs. Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucien. But this protection may be of no use for the Canadian rapper, and as we have seen with the Diddy's situation, even the mightiest can fall in a second. In the world of hip-hop, things have been heating up recently, and it's not looking good for some folks. However, even facing real legal trouble, Drake doesn't dive up and tries to stir more drama with yet another beef, this time with Rick Ross. And the timing of this beef couldn't be better. Just when Drake's all dirty secrets came to the surface.
If something was to happen to you and I couldn't tell you this, be safe. And anybody getting on it, be safe, man. Wear your seatbelts.
On April 13, 2024, Drake's song Push Ups was leaked online, and honestly, fans can see why he decided to keep this one in the vault. Each line was full of strong diss of some of the biggest names in the game, including Kendrick, the weak names in the game, including Kendrick, the weak, Future, and J. Rule. A leaked diss track set off a back, and fourth between Drake and Rick Ross, in which the two rappers have traded bizarre allegations, including Rick accusing Drake of getting a nose job and calling him Beeble Drizzy. Initially, Drake stirred some deal drama, calling Rick out, I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky. Can't believe he jumping in. This guy turning 50. Every song that made it on the chart, he got from Drizzy. Though Rick Ross has been doing a good job replying with the similarly shocking allegations, word on the street is that Drake is about to put him in his place by dropping details about what went down between him and Diddy in the bedroom. And it's not like this was the first time of Rick being connected to Diddy's deal activities.
This is just going to be real different. This is an intimate space. This is where he's very private and he lets nobody in here.
Yep, those lines about Rick Ross were the real head turners for many. Now, rumors are flying that Drake has got some incriminating proof on his hands, which will allow him to fight for his reputation and freedom and stop those industry's dogs barking at him. Some say that he even has footage of Diddy and Rick Ross in compromising situations from one of Diddy's infamous after parties, and it may be hidden in his house. In the meantime, Rick Ross has been trying to defend himself, but the pressure is mounting. With Homeland Security already looking into Diddy's activities, the potential release of such footage could have serious repercussions for everyone involved. But apparently, this is the era in the hip-hop when every man is for himself, and that's why Drake will fight until the end to keep himself from being investigated. But apparently, the Canadian rapper doesn't understand the mounting pressure against him.
Rap or any of that, it was just, the information was too shocking. It was...
Even after his track hit the headlines, Ross couldn't take the disrespect lying down. He came out with his own diss track titled Champagne Moments, a clear jab at Drake, whose Instagram handle is Champagne Popeye. In the track, Ross accuses Drake of using ghostwriters and even mocks him for allegedly getting a nose job, a claim which he later backed up with the before and after photos. But Drake wasn't the one to take this lightly. He posted a screenshot of a conversation with his mother where they discussed Ross's accusation about the nose job. In a text message to her son, which Drake uploaded onto his Instagram stories, his mom wondered why the internet was saying her son had a nose job. At this point, the beef had turned into an all-out war, with Rick taking the fight further.
You know what I mean? And then when you realize you crush your opponent, then they have no value.
Things have gone a little too far with more accusations flying around. Rick Ross stirred the pot even more by posting a video about Drake selling his last property in the United States, an $88 million luxurious mansion. Surprisingly, the Canadian artist was quick to directly respond to Ross's story, saying, imagine you having $88 million to spend on a crib. Your stuff steals like you got them from a police auction. Your Star Island house on a sliver of cheesecake. It may look like another power play in the industry, but in fact, folks are saying that Drake is feeling the heat coming for him and wants to make sure he has enough leverage. The tension between Drake and Rick Ross seems to have now reached a boiling point, with both sides throwing heavy shots and showing no signs of backing down.
Oh, nah, we ain't getting slimy yet. We're just warming up. White boy want it. If you want it, beep.
Rick Ross continued his rant by giving Drake 2 days to put his money where his mouth is and help his former label boss. In case you don't know, Birdman, the head of Drake's former label Cash Money, had a house go into foreclosure a few years ago and has been struggling ever since. He taunted the Canadian rapper by saying, your best friend Birdman, his house went into foreclosure 5 years ago. You done watched that man struggle for 5 years and ain't got that man a mansion. Ross's claim appeared to check out as Birdman was reportedly evicted from his Miami Beach mansion in 2018 for failing to meet his mortgage payments. Now, Rick is not hinting that Drake's house may be in danger of upcoming raids, but there's certainly something fishy in this real estate battle between the two of them. But he kept slamming the rapper and making allegations about his real place in the industry. He mentioned Drake's lengthy responses and asked him to stay away from his DM if he couldn't keep it at one line.
Come on, white boy. Soon as you get in that trouble, ooh, I gotta go stand next to
Rick even gave Drake the chance to apologize and bow before the king. Seeing that the Canadian rapper calls him a turkey, he posted another message inviting the rapper to apologize. I am the bigger person. I am the boss. Drake, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to apologize. In follow-up stories, Rick Ross doubled down on his remarks and asked Drake if he indeed had more money than him, as he claimed why didn't he buy his friend and rapper Birdman a $50 million worth mansion. When the latter's property went into foreclosure a few years ago, he even gave Drake 48 hours to make a purchase and added, if you got more money than Rose, what's another 50 million, white boy? There's one for 40 on Indian Creek. There's one for 50 on Star Island. You got 48 hours, white boy. Looks like Ross isn't the one to be intimidated by Drake's claims, and he has potentially valuable intel on the Canadian rapper that he can also share with the public. After all, Ross has been a frequent visitor of Diddy's infamous parties and probably know a thing or two about the Bad Boys deal with Drake.
Guess what? This is a perfect opportunity for y'all to see the type of white boy he is.
The back and forth continued to escalate, dragging in more and more dirt from both sides. With every new exposure, it becomes evident that this isn't just about music. It is deeply personal, and every artist is now for himself, willing to go to great lengths to protect their reputations and snitch on each other. And apparently, many fans are tired of these games. As one person commented, can the FBI just shut down the hip-hop industry and move on with life? And another user added, everybody in the industry need to go now. There are no good. All of them are weird. The legal heat is growing, and the whole hip-hop community needs to look back and finally pick a side in this battle for justice. But folks, what do you think about all this? Is Drake another prominent figure to be dragged to Diddy's mess? And could he actually be a part of the music mogul's international criminal ring? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos.